As an endgame player, I try to optimize to make my dungeon runs as fast as possible. 2025 is coming to a close. I made a video back in January looking at each and every single one of my dungeon team. Let's look at each and every one of my teams and how they compare to early 2025. Let's go. Hey guys, SMZ here. We're back playing Raid Shadow Legends. And yes, it's the last edition of the year for all of my dungeon teams. Yes, I'm aware nobody farms dungeons anymore, except that you do every single month when there's a fusion. And then of course when there are 3x drop events such as in the Dragon's Lair ongoing at the moment. So it's going to be dominated. Most of my teams are going to be dominated by two essential champions, which is of course my favorite champion Marius, or the best champion in the game. And then of course Newt or Newts, two of them that I have. And then of course in one of the teams, as you guys are aware, Sun Wukong is incredible, especially for the Ice Golem. You're missing out if you haven't claimed your free champions yet. Click the link in my description and get access to the newly buffed Narma the Return, as well as 3 incredible epic champions in the form of Mordecai, Tagoar and Uugo. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Go to the link in my description and sign up with a brand new email address. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Once you're done with the tutorial, you will find Narma sitting there chilling in your vault. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to jumpstart your account with Narma, as well as the 3 incredible epic champions that I have personally handpicked to provide you an amazing start to the game. Click the link in my description and get access to these cool champions. Let's jump into some of the teams, starting from Iron Twins. It's Iron Twins Sunday, which means each and every single one of you who has the gems should definitely be buying those extra keys and running this on. So my Iron Twins strategy is pretty simple. Just knock him till he's dead. Just don't care about what he does. Once you have these kind of max HP champions, you really don't. Even on magic affinity, where Newts are weak hitting, it's not a big issue normally. So let me just run through this and showcase that it's incredibly fast. Lydia's there for the defense down weaken, which is actually not important because he's going to wipe it away anyhow after the first hit. But the Brimstone, the Brimstone stays on because it's protected. And every time he takes a turn, it's going to do damage. So as you can see, Blessed Bash takes him down. Even though we know with his passive, the second and third hit, they don't do as much damage, but it's still enough to kill him in 17 seconds. Fastest is 11 seconds, as you can see. Both my Newts, if I quickly showcase the builds before I go on to the next one, both Newts are running lethal, and they are relatively slow with hypothesis or the small amount of correction that they are slow only for an end game account. For a beginner mid game account, they're not exactly slow. To around 250 speed, 318 crit damage, 5.6k defense, and around 350 accuracy is generally enough. Both Newts are built that way. One of my faster Newt is in Phantom Touch. You'll see that for the Fire Knight, but for the slower Newt, he's built with a 6-star Soul Reap, which comes in handy in a lot of these bosses. Marius, of course, is pretty much unchanged. I think at the start of the year, he was a bit less damage and a bit slower. Now he's rocking 298 speed, 378 crit damage, 6.6k defense, and 364 on the accuracy in a 9-piece Slayer set. My accessories have not changed. Unfortunately, the Slayer pass also doesn't give a lot of accessories, so the accessories still, as you can see, 2 of them are 5-star accessories. This is, I believe, only like 5-star defense. This is crit damage, but this is even an attack banner, so not ideal, but still it gets the job done. Cat's Gaze on him, 6-star Rend, and Helm Smasher. Of course, Cat's Gaze is plus 15. One of the things that it wasn't there, I believe it was plus 12 or even plus 9 at the start of the year. Newts are not running any relics, by the way. And yeah, as I talked about the blessings already. Let's look at Acrazia. Acrazia, 9-piece Merciless, really good build for her. I have a separate video out on this. If you haven't checked that out, please do so. But yeah, 9-piece Merciless, trying to pump her speed as fast as I can because she's gonna crack the damage cap, no questions asked. So only 250 crit damage. You guys are like, what? Because he does, especially in the Hydra, she does crack the max 10% limit anyhow. So the idea is to just run her as fast as I can. And I run crit rate gloves in order to make that happen. Perch Shadow on the Relic, Cruelty on the 5-star, and then War Master as the Mastery. Lydia is just 9-piece Feral. I use her in the Chimera. These are total stats. Main thing is the speed. I'd also have her built for damage in order to just deal more damage in the Hydra and the Chimera. And then Perch Shadow, again, one of my favorite relics out there. Brimstone on the 5-star, and then War Master. So that's the team for Iron Twins. Let's continue. I'm not going to bother with the keeps. Minotaur, just Marius does it very quickly. Also not going to show that. Next basic dungeon is Ice Golem. So first I'm going to run Ice Golem 20. So the team that I generally run for this is Marius. And then I run Mr. Rotos. So Rotos is in a stone skin set and he just can't die in one hit. That's why I use him. So in case Marius doesn't kill the boss off in one hit because he does not get back to his increased defense, then Rotos can take care of the job. Let's see if that happens in this particular run or not. So I just run it with food. Stage 20 is what I run when there's the Ice Golem tournament for every fusion event. 20 is the more efficient stage, let's say. So let me showcase how that works, and then we're going to go to the incredible Hard 10 team as well. No presets, as you can see. Marius is just going to smack through. If I do put presets on, it's going to be a bit better because then I can target that Marius has his ability back. Like right now, he did not. But then I would have to change every time the food champions, which is why I just do not do that. So now he's going to get back. We might kill him in one hit. There you go. This is what I meant. In case he just goes immediately smack, then the boss might remain alive on very low health. And that's where Rotos has to come in and kill him for us. I'm going to sell this off, but Provoke is generally a decent set for the Hydra. But then let's go on to the Heart team. And this is an incredible team. If you haven't checked out the dedicated video on this one, please do so. It's really, really good. So the key component here is basically Sun Wukong. And then everybody else is enabling him. We are going to target the minion on the boss. And then the splash damage is going to kill the boss in one hit. Yes, that's right. In one hit. One of the toughest bosses in the game. So right now we're just clearing the waves and everybody is basically going to be saving their abilities. The Sun Wukong is going to try to kill people over here with the A3. Keep the A2 on, not on cooldown essentially. We need him for the boss. Because he's taking advantage of Gore Crescent and that relic, as the more champions he kills, the better it is. As you can see, we are putting the debuffs. We are trying to decrease. And as you can see, 12 billion damage, or is it million? It is in fact million. So we killed the boss in one hit. That was extremely fast, faster than I could talk essentially. And let me showcase the champions use the builds really quickly. So Sun Wukong is rocking a 6-piece Merciless and Zeal set. Zeal is not needed. 6-piece Merciless and then Shatter that comes in from Granite is enough. Or even, you don't even need Shatter because in this particular case, because I am running 5-star Crushing Rend. So if you don't have 5-star Crushing Rend, if you have Granite, that will make it work as well. His total stats are incredibly high, I get that. But I have made him work without that as well. I have made him work when he was 7k attack and around 320 crit damage as well. He just needs bigger boost from the other champions essentially. Then he is rocking Gore Crescent plus 15. He's rocking Crushing Rend on the 5-star and then Helm Smasher on the tier 6. Granite is 9-piece protection. It's faster than pretty much all of the other champions. And I accept a speed booster. Enough accuracy, and then I built him for some damage as well. Even in 9-piece protection, he actually hits hard. Irathi Coronet, he does good damage in the Hydra for me. One of the most underrated champions. I'm a huge fan of Granite. Nature's Wrath and then Helm Smasher. East just needs to be fast. That's pretty much it. And to be honest, one of the Ice Golem 20 teams is something that I did not showcase. That you can also do is you can run a 2-person team. Let me see if I have the preset for that still. I believe I do this one. So you can run Ice Golem 20 with this team as well. And it does work with just 2 champions, Eastred and Sun Wukong. And we are using the A2 to finish off the first wave. Maybe that was a mistake. I need to set the presets right. It's been a while because right now his ability is on cooldown. But the second minion is still alive, so it might be completely fine. And it is, as you can see. So I can use the exact same team, or rather a shortened version of the team because it's only a 2-people team to kill off Ice Golem 20. Let's head over to Spider. So I'm going to be honest, Spider hard I generally don't do at all because the accessories from other places in the game are just better. Spider normal 20 is something that I do. And I do that only for the events, the Spider tournaments for the fusions, but that's pretty much it. And here what I generally like to do is I just run a 2-person team. Where is that team with the presets on? Maybe it's this one. I was just testing Xenomorph out. That is most likely it. So we don't need Xenomorph in here. I'll put in a few food champions very quickly. And it just needs a preset, that's it, because Newt otherwise just goes for his A2, which is not ideal. So, and the same team, the thing is, it can also do hard 10 for you, but I generally don't do it. So, extremely fast. I've showcased the build for both champions. Marius is just gonna smack through. On 20, generally there's no limit on the max HP cap, so you can smack as hard as you can. As you can see, only 2 turns in 8 seconds. That's probably the fastest. And then I think you can run the same team on hard mode as well, except that, as I said, I just don't do it because it's just not worth it. There are better accessories in other areas of the game. So here the main damage comes in from killing the spiderlings, and I believe the soul reap should finish him up. Almost. It takes an additional hit. Maybe I need to bring in the second note here just to make it faster if I want, but this should get the job done. We're just waiting for either champion's second hit. There you go. Gets the job done in 5 turns. Super nice. And then let's head over to the next dungeon, which is going to be Dragon. So Dragon, generally I like to do Dragon 20 as well. So I've been testing Narma. Narma is great for soloing the Dragon as well, just takes a while. But for stage 10, generally Marius can also solo it, but what I try to put in is an insurance champion in the form of Staltus, which can throw back all the poisons and everything. And then you can run food even on hard mode. That's what I try to do for this particular dungeon. Again, I'm going to be honest, Dragon is a dungeon that I don't farm very often. Only times are 3x speed sets, which is going on at the moment. This particular time, I'm not doing the farming. However, that's where I run this dungeon at all. 20 is what I run, as I've said, for all the events and tournaments, especially for the fusions. So as you can see, we are slowly killing the boss. This, again, insurance champion is only if Marius dies, but he doesn't for most of the runs, and it gets the job done very quickly. So right now my Staltus is built for damage, but you can build him super tanky in a region set, and you can run other poisoners with him and he will get the job done as well. I have a dedicated video showcasing different teams for the Dragon if you want to check that out. For stage 20, you can take off the insurance. You don't need the insurance champion, and you can just put in 4 food champions, and then this should definitely work as well with Marius. Incredible nuker. Just demolishes the waves for me in my end game account onto the boss. And here, if we get the A2 rolling, there was a bit less damage, but he was able to get back to his attack quickly. As you can see, he smacks really hard even with his A1. So that's Dragon. Let's go on to the Fire Knight. So let me showcase first the Fire Knight 20 team. So for the 20 team, what I like to do is just, again, surprise, again, I'm going to be using Marius, and then I'm going to be using a fan favorite champion, a rare champion, Cold Heart, and then I'm going to sub in all the different food champions like this. No presets required, nothing whatsoever. Basically, Marius is going to clear the waves as usual, and then on the boss, the shield is going to be broken by Cold Heart. The nice thing is that within the game, the preset AI, without using presets even, is going to prioritize her A1, as you can see, even though she has the nuke available. Then she nukes, and then the shield is basically going to stay down for Marius to kill him off extremely quick. 16 turns. Have made it done in 6 turns as well. So that's the normal mode, and let me go down to the hard mode. But before I do that, let me showcase the build from Cold Heart. So this is the build in no damage ignore build or anything like that. Just prioritized her attack a little bit. 3.8k attack, 85%, 70% crit rate is enough for her. 220 speed, 329 on the accuracy. That's pretty much it. For the hard mode, I believe this team has not changed a whole lot, except that I'm using this champion right here, Longbeard, because I just got the 6-star soul and I could give him Phantom Touch. So 2 newts makes the job super simple. I have a separate video out on looking on various versions, using 2 newts, using 1 newt, using no newt at all in order to make this work to get to your Marius missions. So if you are struggling there, do check that out. If you want custom advice, you can also join my Discord, and I'm happy to help you out. But the goal here is, again, to clear the waves with Marius, move on to the boss, and then we have 2 ally attackers essentially, and then high Phantom Touch blessings on pretty much everybody except one of the newts and except Marius. And then the shield will break with this, and now after this, we've also taken down his turn meter a little bit. We smash with Marius, then we smash with this first newt, we smash with the second newt, and then the remaining bit is going to be killed off by Soul Reap. That gets the job done. So for this particular team, for the newt and Marius I've already showcased, but for the ally attackers, he's in 9-piece protection. I use him in the Hydra, very good champion, very high speed and decent resistance. That's all it matters for him. Journal of Necrotos is a nice rare relic to use on him. Phantom Touch, as you can see, on the 6-star. And then War Master. On Longbeard, no masteries whatsoever. Again, just fast. Just fastest. Needs to be second fastest or fastest on your team. No relic, Phantom Touch on the 6-star, and no masteries as well. So that's kind of the goal with Fire Knight Hard. And then let's go on to the last remaining dungeons, which are one of the tougher dungeons. And this hasn't changed a lot, except that now I got Sifi sometime in May, I believe, which was incredible. So my team finally went to 100%. Previously it wasn't. I was using Cornelia because before, incredible champion, but just the 3% resist comes into play. I'm using Dark Gale because he provides 4 debuffs without a single hit, so it doesn't knock down the shield from him, or the sleep stacks rather, and he does put on the debuffs which help doing a lot of damage. 8 turns gets the job done. So that's my Sand Devil team. And then finally for the Phantom Shogun team, for the builds for Sifi and Dark Gale, Sifi just needs to be fastest, that's all that she needs to be, and then Dark Gale just needs to have high enough accuracy to land the debuffs, and then second fastest on your team needs to go before Marius, then Marius needs to go, then the boss needs to take a turn, then the both Newts need to go. If Newts are faster, it's gonna mess things up. For Phantom Shogun, I am rocking my Vizix with the highest crit damage in just as a crit damage tank, but she can also smack. But otherwise, I can also use Lydia here instead of Ramantu, but Ramantu can also put the debuffs on. And as you can see, Marius basically took all the health off because of the Slayer proc, which is incredible. But even with the weak affinity, Newts finish the job. My Ramantu is in a damage build as well. Let me showcase that very quickly. Have a separate video on Ramantu as well. Helping with in a damage build, he's helped me clear faction wars, hard mode, all of it basically in this very fast damage build. As you can see, in an instinct set, Grower Crescent, Crushing Rend 6-star, and then Helm Smasher. For Vizix, the goal was to just get as high crit damage as I can, fastest on my team essentially, so that she can take those nasty debuffs. And then that's pretty much it. So those are all my teams for all my dungeons. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments. And let me know if you want to see the series continue into 2026. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.